So, hello everyone. I'm here in behalf of the security group from the Ilias Society, and I will talk about or make a report by the work we are doing. First, I will introduce myself a little bit. Then we are talking about the security goals of the group, which we want to achieve. Then I will go over the members of the security group, and then I will present the standard security incident process we are following when we get a report. Then some statistics about the fixed issues in the last few releases. Then I will talk about the OWASP top 10 from 2025 versus the most common issue categories in the Ilias, for Ilias, and then a small conclusion with some things to remember. Yeah. So, I'm David Tokar, and I'm a Diplom Informatiker. I studied at the FH in Augsburg. I'm since 2019 a DevOps engineer at WK Media. Since then, I'm in touch with Ilias, and I'm a security group member since 2023. After the talk which held on the DevConf in Cologne from Tim Bongers, I decided to join the group. So, there are 4 goals we want to achieve. The first of it, and the most important, is that all security issues which are in Ilias should be kept confidential until they are in an official release and are published by the blog. And one more thing is that all security issues, or the security issues, must be fixed in all supported versions. So, and this is, I come back later on it in the security process, what it means. So, and Fabian Wolf releases the new versions as soon as possible, as we have enough fixes and important fixes, so we talk, we are in contact with the release manager to schedule release dates as we need it. And after a release is done, there will be a blog post in the security blog, which I'm taking care, and I fill out the posts in the morning of the release date, and they will be published by Fabian when the release is done. And there, in the release email for each release, there will be a short link to the regarding blog post. So now to the members. We are 7 members in the security group. Except of André Schweigert from the V-Kompetenzzentrum Lehre in Fürth. We are all from service providers. So there are from service providers Robin Baumgartner from SR Solutions. Then still in our at us is Tim Bongers from CAT Concept and Trainings. He still is in our group. Then we have Alex Hartwig from Qualitus, and me and André Schweigert, who I already mentioned, and we have 2 database guys, Lukas Sharma and Guido Vollbach. So, now to the standard security incident process. If you have found an issue, or when you may think you have an issue, please write an email to security@ilias.de, which will create a ticket on the ticketing system, which is maintained by Fabian Wolf. And when you have a PGP encryption key, you can send it to us, then we can make the communication secure. When we receive a ticket, so in our ticketing system, we have since February last year, there were, until yesterday, around about 80 tickets. So we will assign a manager which will take care of the ticket, try to reproduce the problem, and when he doesn't achieve this, he will go back and go in contact with the reporter, and we try to reproduce every problem. If that's the case, if it's a valid issue, then this issue manager creates a Mantis ticket in the Mantis security project. So in this project, there are the technical board, the security members, and every authority for code, sign off code changes, I think. And when creating the ticket, we will fill out the affected version and also affected versions, so all versions which we can reproduce the issue, will be filled out in the Mantis ticket. And we will rate it after the CVSS score system. We use currently the 4.0 system, which is the latest system. The most authorities or institutions still use the 3.1 system, but that's outdated, I think. So, when there is a Mantis issue, it's assigned to the authority, and it's the task for the authority either to bring a fix as a Git patch file into the Mantis ticket, or review a patch file when it's provided by a service provider or someone else. Yeah. And it's important to do it as patch file in the Mantis project, not push it to the repo directly. Yeah, and this to the repo, it will be done by Fabian Wolf on the release day. He collect every patch file and push it to the repo and make a release afterwards. And we have a monthly meeting. I think it's the last Tuesday of the month. There we discuss open and fixed issues, and as I mentioned before, I will document it in the security blog. What's optional if you report an issue? We are very interested giving you the proper credit, so we can mention you with your name and your organization, that you are mentioned in the security blog that you reported this issue. Yeah. So far. So now I have some diagram for the last releases from September, so the last half a year, with the absolute numbers of fixed issues per release branch. So the light blue is release 8, the green is release 9, and the dark blue is release 10. As you see, we dropped the security support for Ilias release 8 in December, so afterwards there are currently only 2 maintained versions for security releases, release 9 and release 10. So be aware of that, as you see, there are quite as many issues fixed in 8 as in 9 and 10. So in 8 there will be security issues which will be not further be fixed. So please update as soon as possible to release 9 at least. So, and I talked about the OWASP top 10. This the open worldwide application security project, which brings out every few years a list of the most common categories of security flaws and issues. And there is on the first place is broken access controls, which is also in Elias the most common security issue category. So the most things are RBAC and that you can access things you shouldn't access. That's the most common issue. And after it comes the injections category, so XSS and input validation and so on, and SQL injection not as much as before, but that's the most common security issues. So insecure design is also, I think, on third place in Elias. So XSS, cross-site scripting, and so on is still a problem in the release process in the Elias project. So that's for that. So a few things to remember. So don't file a security issue in the bug tracker, in the normal bug tracker. Write an email, as I mentioned before, security@elias.de is our email address. Write it to us and we take care of it. And the whole presentation is mostly based on the security MD. It can be found in the trunk. It's only maintained in the trunk under docs development security MD. I put in a link so you can click on the presentation on the link in the presentation we will provide you, so you are able to read everything I talked about today if you want. So, any questions? Two?
Ich weiß nicht, wer zuerst war, aber ich fange mal am Rand an.
Thank you, very interesting. I will ask a question as a hypothetical, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people here will resonate. So suppose you are a maintainer of a big Elias site, and maybe you have some custom patches for Elias, a bunch of custom plugins, which means that just always updating to the latest release is just infeasible for you. So you have like big updates, but infrequently. So what do you do with the security problems? And specifically, like the web page you presented that, oh, these things were fixed. It would be very nice if there is like for everything, there is like, okay, these things were fixed in this latest release, but here is the patch. Here's the actual patch. If you cannot update to the latest point, you can apply this patch, something like that. So that you can at least have the security fixes, even if you cannot do a full update.
Yeah, I understand you. In case you can look at the release in GitLab, and as in March 2026, the last 3 commits before the release commit, that are the security fixes.
Yeah, but yeah, thank you. Well, it's possible to find that, but it would be better if it's easier to find these things.
We can discuss it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ich würde gern wissen, ob ihr inzwischen euren GPG Public Key irgendwo veröffentlicht habt, sodass man euch schreiben kann. Weil beim letzten Mal, als ich euch geschrieben habe, war der noch nirgendwo öffentlich zu finden.
Die Frage würde ich gerne an Rob weitergeben.
So the PGP key, I think it's not public yet. Shall I take this one? So we have one in the ticketing system, which you can request if you send a mail to security@elias.de, and then we will answer your email with our public PGP key currently. But we are still in the process, together with the release manager, on where to best publish the PGP key.
Hi, very new to all of this. I'll be referring to slide 6. So if you could go back by one slide, please. What I was wondering about is, could you explain the benefit of using Git patch files and sort of moving them around in the release manager, not in the release manager, in the issue tracker, as opposed to, say, pull or merge requests?
The problem with a pull request, you will make public the fix for the issue. So it will not be confidential anymore when you make a pull request.
Okay, yep, makes sense. I didn't think about that. Thank you very much.
Just
Nee, nicht drücken, ist an.
Okay, just one more information about this. Additionally, what the Git patch file is about, it's about not breaking the usual mechanism on how code authorities treat code. So you just check out your own branch, then you do the Git, and from this Git branch you can just get the patch and put it into Mantis. So it doesn't break the usual line of work for code authorities, or it tries to not put too much additional work on code authorities.
No more questions? Okay. So, thank you. And I will hand over to Elias here.